Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Yebo Dog Boxing. We had some good boxing today on PBC Fox. We had Caleb Plant defend his 168 Super Middleweight title versus Caleb Truax. He looked good, so we want to talk about that tonight. Then we're going to talk about Caleb Plant's future and kind of the outlook that I think is going to happen for the remainder of 2021. So let's go ahead and hop into it and talk about it. All right, so Caleb Plant looked real sharp tonight. He came out with his jabbing to the body. He was doing some good body work with the jab and his right hand. Also, following up with the right hook to the body as well early in the fight. I was hoping that he kept on, or would have kept on, throwing some more body shots and trying to get him, wear him down later in the fight. But he said he injured his hand pretty early throughout the rounds, so that may be why he kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit. Maybe started head hunting. I'm not sure why he decided to kind of move away from the body a little bit in the later rounds, but overall he looked good. His jab looked good. His footwork, movement, staying on the outside, controlling distance, he looked really good. Every time Truax was trying to come in, Plant would shoot his jab out, and he has his jab where he kind of shoots it from, he keeps his left hand low, so he shoots it from basically his hip. But he was mixing up his punches well, so he was shooting his jab from his hip, sharp flicking jab that was snapping Truax's head back, that looked real good. And then he would mix in this kind of like shovel hook, kind of like up jab too, that landed pretty good. So he's mixing up his punching really good tonight. Punch variation looked great. So he's looking good. He was looking sharp. Truax was live. It was a live dog in there. He was looking good. He didn't look good, but he was staying in the fight, trying to work. I just don't think he had enough activity, enough pressure that he put on Plant. Plant was controlling the distance, and just not letting Truax get really anything off. One thing that I saw also when they were getting towards the ropes, anytime Plant had his back towards the ropes, he did a good job turning Truax, turning him around and putting Truax's back to the ropes, which I thought was really good. So he just looked good. Truax, he's an older fighter now, 14 years in the game, 37, I believe. I'm not sure where he goes from here. So maybe he'll retire. Maybe he'll become sort of a gatekeeper-ish for the division. We'll see. 14 years in the game, fighting the people that he did, like Danny Jacobs, fighting James DeGale twice, things like that. It sounds like he's pretty much wrapped up with his boxing career, but it's not really that bad of a showing to lose against a fighter as skilled as Caleb Plant is. So that's good. And as for Caleb Plant's future, I'm hoping that he gets that Canelo fight. The thing I'm worried about is that it does not seem likely. I know Canelo's planning on fighting his mandatory, I believe, Avni Yildirim next. And then hopefully after that they can try to work something out. But he's hearing that Canelo's wanting to fight Billy Joe Saunders as well, like after that Yildirim fight. So not looking too good for the Caleb Plant Canelo fight in the future. I hope that that's the outcome. Maybe it's good that it may not be next in 2021, or at least for Caleb Plant's next fight if he did injure his hand. I saw him going to the ref too, and the ref and him talking about his injured hand. So hopefully he gets that fixed. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. And if it is, hopefully he takes care of it before fighting Canelo. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But he did look good tonight. Congrats to the champ. One other thing that's probably the concern for Plant, and Sean Porter, shout out to him, and Brian Kinney for pointing this out as well. in their commentating that Truax was hitting Plant with a overhand right a couple times, and that's because Plant keeps his left hand pretty low, and he'll need to get that up, especially if he's planning on fighting Canelo next, because Canelo can, his punch variation is crazy and very good as well, but he can throw that overhand right just like he did to Amir Khan as well, knocked Amir Khan out that way. Not sure if he'll be able to, just knock Caleb Plant out like that, but he would definitely be able to land that overhand right, because Canelo's pretty slick with his defense, his head movement. He's good mixing up his punches, punch variations, so that could be a key for Canelo. The only problem is, the only worrisome for Canelo in that fight is that Caleb Plant does have a pretty good jab. He mixes up his punch variation as well. He can fight on the outside, on his toes, which is, we all know, gives Canelo some issues with Mayweather and Lara, who he fought before, which for Lara was a close fight. Some people had it going the other way, going in Lara's favor. I think Canelo edged that fight out, but I think it was a split decision, so it was a close fight. Mayweather obviously schooled Canelo back then. That was back when he was younger, though. I think he's learned and improved a lot since then. But we haven't seen him in there with many fighters that can move and that are as slick, got good defense, and has a skill set that Caleb Plant has. So, it'll still be interesting to see. But I think for sure that Caleb Plant needs to fix and bring up his left hand if he's going to fight Canelo. And I think he has the skill set to fight and bring his left hand up as well, and still be able to move, still be able to drop his left hand at time and throw that shovel hook, kind of like up jab as well. So I'm not really too concerned about it. He's a pro fighter. He knows what he's doing. He's got great skill set, great ring generalship, and boxing IQ. So, if he can make an adjustments when he goes back and looks at the fight, and I think he'll give Canelo some issues still. That would be a really competitive fight. But I don't see that happening this year. Canelo seems like he's got other plans. He says he wants to unify 168, but that's not what I'm hearing based on his actions. He's fighting Yildirim, which is cool. Okay, it's your mandatory. I get it. That's fine. Take him out, but then I want to see you up against one of the stronger contenders. Somebody like Caleb Plant, somebody like David Benavidez. I want to see Canelo fight one of them. I think that both of those guys will give him a good tough fight. Benavidez is big. Callum Smith was big as well, but I don't think Callum Smith is as physically overpowering as Benavidez is. Could be wrong, but I guess we'll see in that fight if that ever happens. So the thing that I think I want to see next for Caleb Plant and for the remaining of 2021, 2021, it would be nice to see Caleb Plant in there with maybe David Benavidez, somebody like that. I think that'll be a big fight for him as well. Also next, and then the winner of that gets Canelo, because it sounds like Canelo's trying to fight Billy Joe Saunders, which is not needed. I don't see why he would do that. Caleb Plant, I think, is very much more deserving of the fight. So, we'll see. But, yeah, Plant looked good tonight. We'll see what happens in the future. And hopefully we can get that Canelo fight next. If not, get that Benavidez fight. And I think breaking it down, I think I think Plant will also give Benavidez a little bit of trouble too. As long as he can work the body early, I think he can make it a tough night for Benavidez. I know Benavidez is pretty big, but I think Caleb Plant is pretty strong. to hold his own a little bit versus Benavidez. So we'll see. And they got some past bad blood a little bit, so that'd be a good build up, or a good and easy build up to do. So I think that fight happens next. Hopefully Plant can heal up, and then the winner of that fight's Canelo. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna have more boxing news, boxing kind of reviews, fight talks coming up. Also check out my other channel, Yebo Dog Studios. That's where we do anime reviews, reactions, things of that sort, and also working on original content to bring you guys. So check that out. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comment section how you think Caleb Plant looked. If you think that Canelo fight actually happened or not. And if you think he should fight Benavidez next, or if he should fight another 168 pounder. Y'all stay tuned. Subscribe, comment, hit the like button, notification button, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.